Hi guys, my name is Nikhil and welcome to Excel in Excel. In today's video, we'll be talking about one of my favorite features, which is very simple, yet it has a number of possibilities to match your needs, which is the copy and paste function. Just before I start this episode, just want to tell you that there are a few timestamps in the description below. So if you just want to jump into a few topics that you're only interested in, you could always do that. Um just to maybe start with the copy and paste function, it's nothing but something which is very obvious. It helps you just copy and paste the data that you have. And as you can see my screen, you have a table here, and I'm just gonna maybe make it look a little segregated and clean. So what I just did here was use the border function, so I could just maybe insert borders between each cell so that it looks like a block in some way. I don't know if I spoke about that before. But anyway, all of this is a a data cell. So there are not no formulas here, and here, but there is a formula in column F, for example. Now, if I had to copy something, and if I want to duplicate it, what I would ideally do is I would just copy the range that I want to copy. I could right click and click on copy. Uh, the shortcut to doing this is pressing Control plus C. So if I just press Control C, and if I want to paste the data, for example, here, I would just go right click and select paste. This is what a simple paste would do. Similarly, if I click Control plus V, it would paste the same data. I just did that, by the way. I'm just gonna make it look a little cleaner so you see. So this is one way to paste data. At the same time, there are a few other functions or different ways to paste data. If I just copy this and if I go right click, I could paste values, which means it's going to remove all the formulas and paste the values. It's going to paste the formulas, for example. So when I do that, it's pasting formulas as well, which is carried forward because you see there's a reference here, which is also the right reference here because the data points are similar. I could also paste or transpose data. Transpose is actually something maybe good to look at if you might be already up to speed. So when I transpose, look what happens here. What happens is whatever is going sort of vertically is now going horizontally, and this is something that I have to use not a lot of times, but a few times when you sometimes have rows instead of columns and column instead of rows. So it's really helpful sometimes just to know that there is a function which exists instead of you doing it manually. So transpose is also a pretty cool function. What else do we have? We have formatting. So if I just paste values, for example, if I'm just gonna, let me just delete all of this. Yeah, so if I'm just gonna maybe try and see what happens if I paste values here. Uh, you see there are no formats coming. Formats meaning the highlights, the bolds, the italics, the underlines are not coming. But if as soon as I click formatting, it sort of just duplicates the format into my paste area. Similarly, I could also, this is something I do for my presentations quite a lot, is I copy my data and I post it as a picture in my Word file or my emails. And it's pretty easy to do so. If I just go here and I select a picture, for example, I get my data in a picture format. What's also nice is, if I say, for example, I have another sheet which I want to insert my data into. So if I just copy and paste, for example, I would still get the data that I want. But if I want this data to be linked to this sheet, so if I change this to 150, I want this to be reflected in my new sheet as well, which is not being captured. What I could do is I could just copy this and I could paste a link. So when I paste links, what you see in the formula bars is it's all referencing to this sheet name and my sheet and the cell. So it's typically all of the data here is going to be reflected under this sheet here, exactly the way it is here. So anything that is being changed here is also being changed here. So that's something cool. I think it's nice to have that function. Apart from that, let's go back to this sheet and see what else we can do. You could also maybe copy, and when you copy and paste, you see it's not pasting with enough column width and so on. What you could go to paste from here as well. And there are a few more options. There's one which is with, yeah, this option, keep source column width. So it sort of copies the same width size that you have, and paste. It's going to paste the same formats with the clean column looks and so on. One more way to use the copy and paste function is, say for example, if I have a number, say 100, and I want to multiply this by all the prices here. And one way I could do is I could just press copy, and I could select these and go to paste special. And I would just multiply this and use maybe formulas. So you'll see what happens. What happens here, it's basically going to take whatever the existing formula was, and it's multiplying this by the cell. Similarly, I could just divide this by going to paste special, and I choose divide. So you see all of these things just change automatically, and your formulas, instead of you going and changing one by one or just dragging them, you can always copy and paste, and it'll make your job maybe 2x easier or quicker. So yeah, that's one way to basically use the copy and paste functions in different various ways that I just spoke about. We spoke about autofill and a few referencing topics in the previous episode and in the episodes before that. But there's something which is also cool in Excel, which is called a flash fill function, which I will just show you quickly. Say, for example, I just want to choose the first name, the first letter of the first name, and the family name. And instead of Bella Gibson, I just want to write B Gibson for whatever reason that might be. And I want to do this for all the names that I have on this list. Ideally, I would just have to, make a shortcut to do this, and this is where flash fill comes into place. I will just drag this down, and instead of letting it be, I go here and I select flash fill. I don't know why this is not working, but maybe let me just try W Abraham, right? And I select these and I drag it down and I select flash fill. I should be having this in some way, yeah. And similarly, let's try this again, because it feels like a joke when I'm trying to do this on video and it doesn't happen. There we go. This works. But anyway, this is how this happened, and just an example. This is what I usually use it a lot. Is I have a format for an Excel file, for example, where I need to enter emails, and I just have the first name and the last name, and I just need to attach my company's email address to it. So what I would do is I would go to this at xyz.com. I hope this works. And I drag this down and I choose flash fill. So you see what happens? All your email addresses are ready if they follow the same format in a way. And this could also be used for numbers, for example. These are mobile numbers, yeah. So if I have, say, a format, I live in Dubai, so the format that we have here is 055, and then you have the mobile number 556-46128. When I try to drag this down and use flash fill, my mobile numbers here are now converted into the country code that I would want them to be in. That is pretty cool, I guess, yeah. So for this episode, I think I'll leave you with these basic copy and paste functions, which are going to be very, very useful. Trust me, if you're working in finance or accounting, you know what I mean. But also flash fills and these other functions are pretty cool to use on a day-to-day basis. So yeah, with this, this episode has come to an end. I hope you enjoyed, and I will see you in the next class where we discuss more topics around Excel. Till then, this is me checking out. Ciao.